Have you ever wondered why the same workout that transformed your body in your 30s barely seems to make a dent now that you're in your 60s? You're not imagining things, and it's not just about getting older. A groundbreaking study published by Stanford Medical School in 2024 reveals something absolutely fascinating. When people in their 30s and 60s follow the exact same exercise program for 12 weeks, their muscles respond in fundamentally different ways. The research team divided 200 participants into two groups. One group consisted of people in their early 30s, while the other included individuals in their late 60s. Every single participant followed identical workout intensity, rest periods, and nutritional protocols. After 12 weeks, the results were shocking. The 30-something group saw an average muscle mass increase of 18% and strength improvements of 32%. Meanwhile, the 60-plus group achieved only 7% muscle mass gains and 14% strength improvements. Same effort, dramatically different results. Why does this happen? Professor Kim from Harvard Medical School's aging research team explains that our muscle cells themselves fundamentally change as we age. Specifically, cells called satellite cells, which are responsible for muscle regeneration, decrease dramatically in number. In your 30s, each muscle fiber has an average of 7 satellite cells. By your 60s, that number drops to just 3. These satellite cells play the crucial role in muscle recovery and growth after exercise. When their numbers fall by more than half, muscles simply cannot grow at the same rate, regardless of how hard you train. But here's where it gets really interesting. A 2023 study from the University of Copenhagen applied a special program to 60-year-old participants and achieved muscle responses nearly identical to those seen in 30-year-olds. How was this possible? The researchers implemented 3 key modifications for the older group. First, they adjusted recovery time. While 30-year-olds fully recover from exercise within 48 hours, 60-year-olds need 72 to 96 hours. The research team reduced the older group's training frequency from 3 times per week to twice weekly, but extended each session's duration. This change brought their creatine kinase levels, a marker of muscle damage, into patterns similar to those of younger participants. Second, they optimized protein intake timing and quantity. According to nutritional research from Johns Hopkins Medical School, people in their 60s show 35% lower muscle protein synthesis response compared to those in their 30s. However, consuming high-quality protein within 30 minutes post-workout, at a rate of 0.4 grams per kilogram of body weight can overcome this difference. For example, someone weighing 70 kilograms should quickly consume 28 grams of protein after exercising. The study found that combining whey protein with leucine-rich foods improved muscle synthesis rates in 60-year-olds by 73%. Third, they customized exercise intensity and volume. Surprisingly, shorter high-intensity sessions proved more effective for 60-year-olds than longer moderate-intensity workouts. Training at 75 to 80% of maximum strength for 5 to 8 repetitions triggered the strongest growth signals in older muscles. This is because fast-twitch muscle fibers decline more rapidly with age than other fiber types. But here's what's truly critical. The difference in muscle response between 60-year-olds and 30-year-olds isn't just about growth speed. MIT's Aging Research Institute discovered something more fundamental in their 2024 study. When 30-year-old muscle cells respond to exercise stimulation, genes primarily involved in muscle size increase become activated. However, when 60-year-old muscle cells face the same exercise stimulus, genes related to inflammation, suppression and cell protection activate first. What does this mean? 60-year-old muscles prioritize survival over growth. They use a substantial portion of their energy processing exercise-induced stress, leaving fewer resources available for actual muscle building. But there's a solution even for this. Research shows that consuming antioxidant-rich foods before and after exercise can reduce inflammatory responses. redirecting more energy toward muscle growth. So how should people in their 60s actually train to achieve results comparable to 30-year-olds? Let me share a program developed by the Exercise Physiology Research Team at the University of California, San Francisco. On Mondays, focus on high-intensity lower body work. Perform squats or leg presses at 75% of maximum weight for 6 repetitions across 3 sets. Take 3 to 4 minute rest periods between sets, 1 minute longer than recommended for 30-year-olds. Within 30 minutes post-workout, consume a protein shake and a banana. On Thursdays, concentrate on upper body training. Execute bench presses or rowing exercises using the same protocol, but eat antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries or pomegranates 1 hour before training. Research indicates this reduces exercise-induced oxidative stress by 40%. Perform high-intensity training just twice weekly, dedicating the remaining days to complete rest or light walking focused on recovery. 60-year-old participants following this program showed an average 14% increase in muscle mass and 28% strength improvement after 16 weeks. These results were nearly double those achieved by older adults following conventional programs. However, important precautions exist. Joints and connective tissues in 60-year-olds are far more vulnerable than in 30-year-olds. Duke University orthopedic research found that people in their 60s face a 3.2 times higher risk of tendon damage from the same exercises. Therefore, always warm up for at least 15 minutes before training. And when starting new exercises, work with a certified trainer. Individual variation also matters tremendously. Even among 60-year-olds, someone who's exercised lifelong responds completely differently than someone just starting. Cleveland Clinic research showed that 60-year-olds, with over 20 years of training experience, sometimes achieved faster muscle growth than novice 30-year-olds. Understanding your current condition and selecting an appropriate program is essential. The difference in muscle response between 60-year-olds and 30-year-olds is undeniable, but this absolutely does not mean people in their 60s cannot build muscle. With the right approach, age becomes far less relevant than method. The key is understanding your body and developing strategies that work for you. Start today. Allow sufficient recovery time, prioritize post-workout protein intake, and train consistently at appropriate intensity levels. In 3 months, you'll witness remarkable changes in your own body. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and leave a like. I'll return with more information for healthy aging. Thank you.